friends, welcome back to Belle's Library. I'm Heather, and we are going to read another book for the Enneagram Readathon. If you guys have not been following along, I do have a few reading vlogs already out for this readathon. So if you haven't been following along with this mini series I have going on, I definitely recommend watching the rest before this one. But we're basically taking one of the prompts from the readathon. We're going to read a book. I'm going to bring you along, do a little reading vlog along with it. And we are also going to maybe do a little Enneagram activity along the way as well. And just kind of keep it short and sweet and fun. So for this one, I am actually done with all of the team prompts that I had for team 2. So now I'm allowed to move into prompts from the other teams. And this one comes from team 3, which I'm kind of a little bit of an Enneagram 3 in certain ways, I feel like, as well. For this one, I'm doing Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. And this is going to be for the prompt of ambitious character. So if you watched my TBR video, I was trying to kind of fit a lot of things into the 1 and the 3 because I feel like a mix of kind of 1, 2, and 3. Like those are the ones that I connect with the most. And so I feel like the character in here kind of fits into this ambitious character because she's trying to figure out what happened to one of the other apartment sitters and what's going on in this building. So let me give you kind of a brief synopsis of what we got going on here. We are following Jules, and she is kind of down on her luck, and she ends up getting this job offer to do an apartment sitting in this really like elaborate building in Manhattan in New York City. And basically it's like really well known and really fancy, and just like she's like, what, you're gonna pay me to apartment sit this place? Oh my goodness, this is like the break that I need. So there are some rules though. You're not allowed to have any visitors. There's no nights spent away, so you have to spend every night in the apartment, and you can't disturb the other residents because they're rich, famous, or both. So those are kind of her rules she has to follow, and she can do this apartment sitting and just get paid to basically live in a really fancy apartment. But she makes friends with one of the other apartment sitters in the building, and then mysteriously she just goes missing in the middle of the night, and she's like, this is weird, I don't know what's going on. And she starts kind of digging around because she wants to make sure she's okay, and finds out that maybe she's not the first apartment sitter that's gone missing. So I feel like ambitious character. She's trying to figure out what happened to this girl that she barely knows and what's going on in this building and everything. So I'm actually pretty far into this one. It is such a fast read, and I'm also buddy reading it with Alita and the Books. I'll put her YouTube channel down below, but we're having a good time just kind of working through some of this. We're reading around like 50 to 60 pages a day, but it's killing me to stop every time. I'm like, no, I need to keep going. Like, why? So I have been working on this book for a few days, but I haven't updated you guys, so I'm sorry. I'm on page 173. I'm about halfway through at this point. And I'm very intrigued, and I want to know what's going on. So the first section, because I've been kind of texting her as we go through our sections. So the first section, I was very into kind of the atmosphere that Riley Sager was building, and like this building, like I can just imagine it in my mind, and I was just like, yeah. And this girl, she's just so down on her luck, just everything seemed to hit her all at once, and I'm like, how does that even happen? So very much was enjoying the vibes. So then in the next section, I feel like we got to know a little bit more about our main character and her family, who she just has a lot of loss in her family, and I was like, it keeps being brought up, and I was like, I don't know if this is like we're trying to develop the character more, or if there's something more that's gonna be happening here. And I was surprised at how kind of early in the book Ingrid actually goes missing. She's the other apartment sitter. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I'm wondering where it's gonna go from here. So overall, very intrigued. I'm really enjoying it. I probably could have flown through this book in like a couple days, but yeah, the suspense is there because I'm having to kind of take it day by day as we're doing our buddy read. And so it's like building the suspense. I'm like, no, I just want to read it. Come on. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at with Lock Every Door, and I will update you guys soon, and we'll do some Enneagram fun of some kind as well. Okay guys, I just wanted to update you guys because I made it a little bit farther into Lock Every Door. I am currently on page to 11. And I am still very enthralled in the story, and I'm really enjoying the fact that it's a little bit of like a mystery and you're trying to figure out what's like really going on and what happened to Ingrid. And that just piece is just like, I'm just like questioning everybody in here. I'm like, it's you! No, wait, it's you! Oh my gosh, don't trust this person. What is going on? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it quite a bit, and it's just like I'm turning through pages so fast. I read the next like section for my buddy read because, you know, we're reading like around 50 pages a day or so. We have it broken up, and I realized I was like reading through a chapter and I was like, oh shoot, I think I just totally read an extra chapter. Like I just got so invested and I just blew right on through, and I was like, whoops, okay, like this has got to be it. So yeah, I am just like, I'm loving it. I'm loving the character work. I'm loving the atmosphere and just that like page turner feel, and it's been really good so far. And I'm really hoping the ending just like pulls it off, because I need it to, because I'm really enjoying it so far. And I'm a little nervous because I know that Alita, who I'm buddy reading this with, she's actually already read it. So this is a reread for her. She said that this is her third favorite Riley Sager book. And I was like, really? I'm surprised. I feel like more people like it. And she's like, there's just something with the ending that just like brings it a little bit down. She's like, it's still like a really good book and I really, really enjoyed it, but it just made it a little bit lower than a couple of the other books. And so I'm like, I hope I don't feel the same, because I need this ending. I need this ending to be wonderful. So yeah, overall, still really enjoying it. We've had some new kind of juicy information coming in, but I won't really say anything because at this point I feel like we're into the book and I don't want to give things away. I just wanted to get on basically and just say that I'm really enjoying it still and we're having fun with it and I cannot wait to finish it. I kind of have updates for this, but not really. I just kind of am on because I want to do some Enneagram 3 goodies, since this is for one of the prompts for Enneagram 3. I personally am pretty sure I'm an Enneagram 1. When I started this readathon, I kind of was going through an identity crisis for a minute there and decided I was actually a 2. But I mean, the more I look at it, I'm like, I'm a 1. But I do feel strongly that I have some traits from 2s and 3s, and so that's why I'm doing prompts from all of them. And I'm just feeling my Enneagram 2-ness right now and that helperness in me. But Enneagram 3s, where this one's at, and I do still have that kind of worker vibe that I feel like you get from an Enneagram 3, like they're very driven, and I definitely feel that I can be like that. So, updates on this, I'm on about 270, so I am like, I'm getting into the end here, and I am just dying to find out what's going on. Cannot wait to continue this. I'm buddy reading this one, so I have 2 more days of buddy reads for this last chunk. I'm just like, come on, I just want to know. So I don't really want to say much more than that because spoilers. So, but my Enneagram fun stuff. I pulled up a couple things that I thought were kind of fun. So we have this graphic here. I'll put it up for you guys as well. But it says, hey 3s, let's do something. So I was like, I think I just put in like Enneagram to do or something like that. So I was like, I don't know what I want to do right now. So it says to invite some friends to play a game because that's kind of competitive and 3s tend to be competitive and I definitely have that in me, but I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. But also it says get that bit of work that's been nagging you out of the way. I have my list of stuff I got to do today, so I definitely am like, we can do that. We can check some things off the list. I did do a little bit of editing earlier, so I got to check that off the list. Made a couple phone calls I needed to make. Like, I'm moving through there, so we can continue that. So, also, it says get a nice challenging workout in. Did that today. Figured I was going to be talking to you guys about this, and so I'll put a little clip right now that is going to see my sweaty face, so you can see that this happened. We did this. All right, guys. Did it. I did the workout. I'm very sweaty, very hot. I just wanted you guys to see the mess that I am after work out hard. So yeah, I did it. And I'm hot. I'm gonna take a shower. And the last thing that we're gonna kind of work in here is watch a movie or TV show, but be working off your phone the entire time. So yeah, I do this all the time, and I purposely do it a lot of times. I'm like, I still kind of want to have something happen in the background. Usually it's BookTube or something like that, or I'll be listening to my audiobook. But we can put a TV show on or a movie, and we can have that going and be listening to it, and I can work on checking off my to-do list, which is nagging at me like, hey, you need to get this done. So that's what we're gonna do now. But I was like, okay, well, what do I want to watch? I don't tend to watch a ton of like TV and movies just because I'm usually reading or doing schoolwork or doing stuff for my channel. And that's what I fill a lot of my time with reading more than I watch TV. So I was like, let's look that up. What would Enneagram 3's want to watch, right? Right. Okay. So I was looking for maybe some TV shows or something that I could watch in the background while I was working. I found this favorite TV series on Amazon Prime, and I thought it was interesting since I do consider myself pretty much to be a 1. Number 1 is The Good Wife, which I loved that TV show. It was so good. Number 2 is Modern Love, and I hadn't heard of that. And number 3 was Homeland. Hadn't heard of that. Looked up both of those. That one kind of was like, I don't know if I'm really that interested in Homeland, to be quite honest. So yeah, I think actually the best one out of all of those for me was the number 1. So that was cool. So I decided to kind of look up another one, and I found this cute little graphic. And this one, number 1 is Fixer Upper, which I definitely very much enjoy that one. And Enneagram 2 is Queer Eye, which I don't think I've ever watched, but I would watch it, but I don't think I have. But number 3 is Schitt's Creek, and I actually was just watching some of that the other day, and I was like, we can put more Schitt's Creek on. I love that show. It makes me laugh. I enjoy it. We can put that on in the background so I can get some laughs in while I'm getting work done. I'm down with that. So that's what we're going to do right now. So you're going to see me kind of working and having some stuff going on in the background. And yeah, so here you go. Door. I finished it. I don't think I've updated you since I finished it, so we're going to talk about how I feel about this book overall, and I adored it. I think that I actually like this one even more than Home Before Dark. I'm thinking that this one's a 5-star for me. Home Before Dark was 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, but something about this one, like, I was invested in it. I was like flying through it. I was just like, I just want to get to the ending of this, and I enjoyed all of the characters and how they were all like intertwined, and the atmosphere and this building, I could just like envision everything in my brain. And I know like some people really didn't like the way that this book ended, and it's definitely a little bit out in left field. Like, I don't know. I personally was just like, I had no idea that was going to be the direction we went at all with this book, but I kind of liked it, and it just, yeah, it was different and intriguing, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed like some of the, like, a few months after we kind of talked a little bit, and I was like, well, that kind of concluded some stuff, and I kind of liked that. So I mean, overall, I think that this was a really great Riley Sager read. I can't really say a ton more because, you know, in a book like this, you really don't want to know a ton going into it so that you can just be enjoying the ride and surprised by the ending. But I really liked this one, and it's so far my favorite Riley Sager. I've only read 2 of his books, but I think I'm going to be picking up The Last Time I Lied even sooner than I planned because I really want to see what more we've got going on. I did read this one with Alita, and she said that she liked The Last Time I Lied even more than this one, so I'm curious, and I definitely want to like continue with the rest of his works. And I know he just had his new book Final Girls out, so we'll see. We're gonna get to more of these, but Lock Every Door was awesome, and I really enjoyed it. I think it did lots of wonderful, great things, and if you're looking for a thriller, then you've got a good isolated setting and kind of a mysterious element that you're trying to piece together what's going on with all of these people in this building and all these apartment sitters and stuff. And I personally really like when it does lean a little bit more mystery and a little less thriller. Like, having a mix is good, but like I like to have that mystery element in here, and I think that definitely helped this one quite a bit. So that's gonna wrap this up, you guys. I hope you had a really good time. If you've made it to the end of this one, throw a little like key emoji down below or a door. And then, because we got locks and doors, and I know there's both of those down there, so give me a little bit of that love. And tell me what you guys are up to. Is anybody else doing the Enneagram Readathon right now? I think it's almost over, actually, I guess. By the time this is going up, it's probably either over or it's almost over, but let me know if you did participate and your favorite book that you read during the readathon. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.